everyone, it's Sharana from Pay or Wait. So today I'm going to be reviewing Power Season 6, Episode 10, No One Can Stop Me. Baby, if I heard this so much during this episode from Ghost, I was just like, are you sure about that? Are you sure can't nobody stop you? So, child, where do we start with this episode? So this is the mid-season finale before we get into the final episodes of Power. And so there is a lot that happened. Can't say I agree with everything that happened, but there was definitely a lot that actually happened during the course of this episode. And so really the only two ways that you could really split this up is to go with Ghost and Sax and Rodriguez. It was really like Ghost and the police. That's basically the only way that we could really separate this up. So I'm going to start with the police in this episode. So we see that Sax goes to talk to Warner, his previous boss, because he ain't got no job no more. So he goes to talk to him about the stuff with Ghost. He thinks that Ghost killed Keisha, but Warner tells him he has an alibi. So he was with Tate. He's on camera. You didn't think that I would check it out to make sure that he didn't have anything to do with this, but he was like, it's not him. You need to let go of this delusion because it's not happening. Just give up. So of course he's doing this because we know at the end of last week's episode, Sax took it into his own hands to have Dre go plant evidence of Terry Silver's phone in Ghost's hotel room. And so that's what he does. And so he's trying to provoke Warner to go do a search warrant. But in the meantime, we see that Rodriguez is doing this as well. So she goes to talk to Warner. She tells him that, hey, like Sax might be right about what he's been saying this entire time, but I need a search warrant to make sure that I can go get evidence as to what happened. Because she tells him about Tasha telling them where to find Silver's body. So we see that she goes to see Tate to get info on Ghost about the Queen's Child project because they did a search warrant on Jamie's apartment or hotel, where the heck he's staying. And basically they found the shoes that matches the dirt from the Queen's Child project that they saw in Terry Silver's trunk. So they're trying to piece it together. And so they go to Rashad to basically try to get him to talk about Terry Silver if he knew about the affair that he was having with Tasha. And so basically they led him into basically lying, giving a false statement. And so Sax is giving him all this information like Terry's dead. We think that Jamie killed Terry. All this stuff. And you know Rashad, he looked like he just got that creepy little smile to him. And Rodriguez is like, Sax, what are you doing? Like, you basically coerced him into lying because you basically said if you can get him on this charge, then basically he wouldn't be able to run for governor. So basically she's just like, I can't use this because if someone finds out what happened, like all of our case would just come crumbling down. And Sax was just like, look, Beesh, I mean, that ain't what he told her, but he was just like, we've been trying this the right way the whole time and nothing has worked. He keeps getting away with this. And so we see that later in the episode, we see that she gets the warrant, she searches the room, finds the phone, then she tells Warner about the phone, but he was like, Beesh, think for a moment. If y'all been trying to get this man for all these murders, all these years, why now all of a sudden would he be so reckless, so careless, so arrogant to just leave a phone in a dang old hotel room for you guys to find? Like, that doesn't make any logical sense. And any judge would just be like, that sounds just plain dumb. And that is, I mean, he dumb from a common sense standpoint, but from book smarts and how to cover up for himself, he's not. So she was just like, he basically says, Sax, put the phone there so he could try to like close this case. And so then she gets upset because she's like, well, damn, he played me because she didn't know. So they call him in for questioning. Guess who he got is his lawyer. He got Tamika. Her hair still laid. Her wig still laid. Her suit looking all nice. I was like, oh, girl, where you get that suit from? It was cute. And so we see that she basically tells him to keep quiet. You guys can't really charge him with anything because if you charge him with something, then you have to admit your negligence in the situation. That's when Warner finds out that he was with Rodriguez when she interrogated Tate, that he coerced Tate, that he planted the phone. He was with her when they found Silver's body. He was with her when they questioned Tasha, which is all illegal because he is not an officer of the law anymore. And so Warner is just like, y'all gotta be effing kidding me with this craziness right now. So essentially Sax gets to walk away because like he can't do anything without making himself look bad in the midst of it. So he kind of gets away with it for that moment. But we see that Rodriguez and Warner later goes to the judge's office to try to get a warrant. He basically says, no, like none of this is like good enough for me to get a search. For me to arrest him. Then he pulls out the phone. So he used the phone. And Rodriguez looking like, oh, we using that? And I was looking like, oh, so we using that? I was just so confused about this. So they used the phone, and we see that towards the end of the episode, she gets a search warrant. She gets an arrest warrant, but we can't talk about that yet. We gotta wait for all that craziness to happen at the end of the episode. But in the meantime, Ghost is trying to get a hold of Tariq. We saw at the end of last week's episode of Scorched Earth that Ghost was trying to talk to Tariq, trying to mend the fences, trying to keep him in his life. But Tariq was like, you ain't my daddy. Like, you're my sperm daddy, but you ain't my daddy because you ain't never been there for me. Then Ramona Thirsty behind called him, just giving him the draws already. Dang, just give him the draws. I don't understand. She calls to tell him to turn on the news, where they say that they're speculating that Walsh is going to announce Jamie as her lieutenant governor. So of course it's got everybody mad. The feds mad. They like, you mean tell me this murdering dude is really about to be the governor, lieutenant governor? I can't do it. So this was what's fueling them to basically try to get him to go down for this. But in the meantime, we see that he meets with Walsh for lunch, breakfast, whatever the heck they doing. And so essentially Walsh tells him that, like, hey, we want to make this announcement in the afternoon that you're going to be my lieutenant governor about the Queen's Child Project. And he was like, well, he lost the billing. But she says, like, look, boo-boo, let me tell you something, okay? I don't need you. I like you, but I don't need you. So if you ain't got that building, I can't make you my lieutenant governor. And if that's the case, then I'm going to go get Rashad Black behind to be my lieutenant governor. You understand, it's just business. So he basically has a couple of hours to try to figure out how he is going to get this building for the Queen's Child Project. So we see he goes to a bar, and I was like, hey, Colonel, it's a different world. Okay, whatever. And okay, I'm sorry, I'm about to say Nate Daddy, but I'm sorry, this is just so sidetracked. But we see that he's talking to his Uncle Gabe. He offers to buy the building, but then he starts telling the story about how he tried to tell his dad not to talk to the police, that the kids were bad, that something bad was going to happen, we should just pay them the money. But we find out he ends up getting shot. Uncle Gabe says he never saw Ghost or Jamie after that. He went to go live with Tommy, and so he agrees to let him buy the building, and so everything's good. He got his building. He tell Ramona Thirsty behind, trying to be out, like, oh my God, I'm so happy, Jamie, I'm so happy. And then she kissed him. I said, you know what, I'm actually happy you did that. About dang on time, because I just don't understand why it was taking you so long. You basically been throwing him the draw since you came in this first episode. So he kisses her back. They look like they want to make this official, and I was just like, okay, that's fine. It is what it is. Interesting enough, no one's had sex this entire season. Maybe Tariq, but we never saw anything, so we don't know what happened. But I'm just shocked. Look at this. What do we call this? Growth, okay? And it's probably why everybody mad because they ain't getting none. But, you know what? Tasha and Keisha probably been getting it out, so I'm going to take that back. So we see that Ghost Angie, they should have called this episode The Ghost of Ghost's Past. So the first ghost, Angie, she pop up in the hotel room after he's looking out, realizing his dream come to fruition of him going legitimate. He's going to be a lieutenant governor. And Angie shows up like, do you like her? Do you love her? He's like, I can see a future with her, but she not you, girl. She not you, girl. You going to always be my real girl. That ain't what he said, but I'm just saying. And so basically she says, hey, you need to keep your past away from her. There's no way that we would have really been able to succeed the way that you think that we have, because I knew too much about you. I knew too much about the bad side of you. I know that there's good in you, but you need to let her only see the good. And then she basically says she ain't gonna be there no more. She disappeared. So we see that they make the announcement at Truth about him being her running mate. We see that Tommy's lurking in the shadows. You see he just always be popping up out of nowhere. And then we see that he goes to Raina's grave for the first time since this girl died. Sir, this girl done died since she died last season. And you just not going to her grave. Last season. And you just going to her grave. And then he's talking to her saying, I'm sorry, baby girl, for not visiting you. You should be. Then Tasha, when he turns around, he sees Tasha. He what are you doing here? I said, sir, what? Did she not give her life? Are you serious? And she's like, I'm here every week, sir. And I was just like, oh, he's so disrespectful. Like, I know Tasha ain't right, but he's just disrespectful. He just get on my nerves. And so he going on his little thing like, you know what? I'm moving forward with Ramona. You're free. I don't want to be married to you no more. You can do whatever you want. We ain't got to see each other no more. We ain't got to talk to each other no more. And then they start throwing insults and back and forth to each other, like, or snitching stuff. Like, hey, I'm snitch on you. I'm going to snitch on you about Terry. The same back and forth stuff they was doing the last episode. He was like, I'm sorry, Tasha, for putting my hands on you. And I'm like, sir, it's a little too late. And so he basically, she basically, I guess she gets offended by what he said, but I'm like, girl, you should have been left him. I don't even understand why you were still trying to stick around, but it seemed like she still had, like, that really hurt her. Like, she wasn't done with him, like she was trying to say that she was done. And so he tells her, ain't nobody gonna come in between me and my future. Can't nobody stop me. No one. He said this like 100 times this episode, so I guess it does make sense that they did call this No One Can Stop Me, because, like, baby, just tell the whole world they can't stop you. So we see that Tate goes to visit him I think he's trying to warn him about the FBI investigation, but because Jamie was so arrogant when he was talking to him and disrespectful, that Tate was just like, you know what, forget it. Like, he didn't even tell him. But we see that Tariq meets up. He tells Ghost that he wants to meet up, but essentially he was doing that because Dre wanted to talk to Ghost. Dre threatened to snitch on Tariq because that's all we do right now. They should have just been called it Power, the snitching season. But he ends up telling he needs some money so he can get away. He knows that he tried to set him up with Jason. Ghost like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I got 250 bands, so take it or leave it. Meet me in an hour at this address. Of course, he calls the security guy from when he killed Jason, tells him to release the evidence. When Dre goes to meet him at the spot, he gets arrested. So yeah. I think I said he got arrested in episode 9, but he didn't. He got arrested this episode. So I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot. They was running into one another. But we see that Ghost actually ends up going to seek out Vincent and ask him, can he get a phone on the inside, which was to call Spanky and 2-Bit. And he basically said, after this, like, we're even. About the Tariq stuff, it don't matter. You got a friend in Albany. It's good. And so basically he asked them, do they want to get revenge? Because Tommy ends up meeting up with Ghost. He goes into this, I'm getting everything I want. And then Tommy's like, but I don't get what I want. He was like, you never wanted it. You didn't want nothing. I'm sorry. They were just really going back and forth. He was like, you need me to just be angry at me. And I can't do that for you no more. I got to let you go. I got to set you free. I'm going on to my future to be legitimate. And I told you that you should have did the same thing, but you didn't listen. So you're in this rut because you wanted to keep living this life. And so before Tommy tried to pull a gun on him, like, I can't let you do that. Somebody tried to shoot at Ghost. He trying to figure out, like, who did you send somebody to get me? He was like, my crew's in jail. What are you talking about? And so we hear gunshots and stuff because Tommy went in first, but we never get to see Tommy. So we know he's okay towards the end of the episode, but we don't know actually what happened. And we still don't know who's basically behind these attacks. Because we see after all the different scenes when he was talking to Ramona, we saw somebody who's watching him at each time. I thought it was Tommy, but I don't think it was. And I don't know who the guy was that he shot. He didn't look familiar to me. I don't know if that was Rashad's person that he had sent, the guy who was like complaining and stuff. I'm not sure. That's just me speculating. If you guys know, let me know in the comment section below. Do you know what the heck is going on? Because I sure didn't. But we see that Ramona tells him that she can't compete with a ghost because she sees, after he gets back to True, Paz is waiting on him, Angela's sister. She's trying to get him to tell him who killed Angela. Please tell me who. And basically, we later see that she was working with Rodriguez as well, trying to get a confession out of Jamie. Ramona overhears some of this. She tells him, I can't compete with a ghost of someone that you love. The reason why my marriage didn't work out because we had way too many secrets and I don't want to do that with you. So tell me, why was she trying to keep you out of jail? He was like, don't worry about it. It's taken care of. And they start kissing because, you know, she'll do anything for that man at this point. So we see that Tasha and Ghost, they have to go and do a final walkthrough of their place. I guess they're selling it. So it's better now since Tommy just shot up the whole damn penthouse. And so we see they kind of get into it again. The way that Tasha can make Ghost mad, I've like never seen him go to 0 to 100 real quick the way that Tasha can make him do that. And so I was just like, ooh, she's still good up under his skin. I think he still got a little love for her. I know they hate each other, but he got a little love for her. And so then basically he tells him that he wants Tariq to turn himself in. He feels like at this point, all of us have been trying to protect Tariq, which I understood him. And he was like, he needs to take the rap for this, which this bothers Tariq because, you know, he told Tariq that he would take the rap when this first happened. Like, if anything happened, that he would take the rap for him. And Tasha's not okay with this either. And so basically she tells him, like, you know, he says that he tells her that he knows that she killed Keisha, and he'll tell Tommy. And then she was like, well, how about I tell about Terry? They still just going back and forth with each other. And then Ghost Raina pop up out of nowhere after Tasha leave, and then basically says, like, you and mom taught us how to lie. It's not Tariq's fault, but she was like, I do think Tariq needs to man up and take his punishment. My punishment was dying. Because I kept lying for him, and I think that he does need to, you know, basically repent for what he's done and turn himself in. But we see that Tariq ends up going to talk to him, and then basically telling him he wants him to take the rap, and then he was just like, well, I'll do it if you confess to everything that you've done. He asked him about Breeze, which is one of Kanan's friends that he killed. And then Tariq just walks out. I thought he was going to try to pull a gun on him right then and there, but he just walked out upset. We see that he later shows up to the party that they're having, surrounding him being lieutenant governor. And then he just says, like, do you really want me to turn myself in? And he said, yes, I'll be there with you. And he just says, good night, Dad. So I guess from then on, Ghost is really dead to Tariq. We see that Simon Stern was there because Simon actually gave him the capital to help him get the Queen's Child project building going. So we see that he already has his little favors that he's going to ask him for. And then, of course, it wouldn't be a Ghost reunion without Ghost Kanan. I just love him, calling him an N-word. I was just like, I miss you, Kanan. You got on my nerves, but I miss you so much. And then, essentially, the end of the episode, y'all. End of this episode, after Ghost done told everybody, he done told Tommy, you can't stop me. He told Dre, you can't stop me. He told Lil Ghost, you can't stop me. He told Vincent, he told everybody. I said, Ghost, okay, can't nobody stop you. But we get to the end of the episode. We see that Tamika tells Sax, like, hey, it's over. You need to turn yourself in. They signed the arrest warrant to basically put you under arrest. You can have till the morning to turn yourself in. I thought that Sax was finna kill himself, but he decides he goes for a little stroll. I guess he going to confront Jamie. Then we see Tariq going to confront Jamie. Then we see Rashad going to confront Jamie. Then Tommy popped back up to go confront Jamie. Let me see. It was Detective Rodriguez going to try to kill him. Tommy, Dre, Rashad, Pies, Sax, and Tasha. So everybody going. And then all of a sudden we see Jamie turn down the lights because he told Ramona, I'm finna be there in an hour, girl, to give you some of that good loving. And then we see that he turns the lights off. He's standing like he always do over his little thing. I guess he just living his dream again to himself. And then we see him fall. We hear a gunshot. And we see Detective Rodriguez. She hear the gunshot. Then all of a sudden we see Jamie falling. And it's like slow motion. I said, y'all know y'all took this from Mad Men, right? It made me think of the whole Mad Men opening credit scenes when he like falling like this. I mean, I thought it looked cool, but I was just like, this is so dramatic. Why is this so much right now? So then we see that Ghost is shot, and then it ends with a who shot Ghost. And I was just like, so we really gonna do this? We gonna dynasty this up right now. Like, that's what we finna do. We finna do the whole who shot JR. We gonna do that on Power. Like, after we just took this Mad Men clip. I was annoyed. I was actually annoyed by this episode. I wish that Tommy was in this episode more. I don't care about Sax. I don't care nothing about these police, because like at this point, I don't even feel like he's going to go down for any of this stuff. I just feel like y'all been doing this whole police thing this entire time, and I just don't care because nothing ever comes out of it. He never gets caught, and at this point, I think it's to the point where I don't even feel like he could possibly get caught. Like, I don't even feel that way anymore. And the whole thing with Dre still being alive is too much. Like, now Spanky and 2-Bit, what the heck are they finna do? Ooh, child. That whole last, 10 minutes just really made me mad about the whole entire episode. I was just over it. And then the arrogance of Jamie to think that he can have this life after he's basically did all these different people dirty. And I think that's the whole point of the no one can stop me. But it's like, Beesh, obviously somebody can stop you. That's why your behind got shot. I'm sure he's not dead. I'm sure he's okay. But who y'all think it was? Who you think it was? I think it should be Tariq. I think that would be the most poetic, for it to be Tariq and nobody else. Tommy, it can't be Tommy. I don't even want it to be Pies. I don't even know why the hell they brought Pies back for this one episode to randomly be like, who killed Angela? Like, boo-boo, that was like 5-6 episodes ago. We don't care about who shot Angela anymore. I just feel like they're dragging this out right now. I'm gonna keep watching. I ain't gonna lie. I'm still gonna keep watching. I done invested all these years of my time into Power, but I was really let down by this mid-season finale. The only way that you guys can make it better if it was Tariq who shot him. I think that's the only person who should shoot him. That's the only person I would be okay with shooting him at this point. So yeah, I mean, I don't like Ghost. He's very arrogant this episode, more than he normally is. I mean, he's always arrogant, but he just really bothered me. Like, can't nobody stop me. Like, all these people helped you also, because he make it seem like he didn't do this stuff on his own. All these people have helped you in some way, shape, or form to get to where you are now. So, like, you need to just put some respect on their name. So those are pretty much my thoughts on Power Season 6, Episode 10. No one can stop me. Obviously they did. As always, my name is Sharona from Pay Your Weights, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. I'll see you soon.